Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Joy White. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please, if this is the first time you're checking on my channel, kindly hit on that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so I get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. So guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to cut and sew this casual top you are seeing on your screen. So the fabric I'm going to be using, this is a Duchess fabric, so we're going to be using this Duchess fabric in creating this style. So I have folded my fabric into two. We'll be cutting the front part of our top. So now I'll go ahead and mark out the top line, or we can call it the starting point line. So after doing that, I'm going to take the shoulder to the chest line. So the shoulder to the chest line I am working with is 9 inches. So I'll go ahead and note it down. I'll connect it with my ruler, as you can see. So after doing that, the next thing I am going to do is to take from the shoulder to the waistline, or the half length. So whatever figure I have, I will put it down there, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect it using my straight ruler. So at this point, the next thing I'm going to do is to take the shoulder to the hem of my top. So I am also going to include the folding allowance in the figure I am taking now. So I'll mark it on both points, and then I will connect it using my ruler. Then after doing that, we're going to be imputing our measurement. So now at this point, I'll go ahead and note down the shoulder measurement, the shoulder divided by 2. And on the chest line, I will still go ahead and put down the shoulder divided by 2. After doing that, I'm going to get my ruler to connect what I have there. And after connecting it, we're going to be connecting the armhole. Now at this point, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and take the neck width. So the neck width I am working with is 3 inches, and for the neck depth I'll be using the same 3 inches as well. So I will note it down, and then I'm going to get my curve ruler and connect what I have there. So after connecting it, the next thing we are going to do is to come over to the shoulder point. I'm going to go down with 1.5 for the shoulder slope. And after going down with 1.5, I will go ahead and use my straight ruler to connect what I have. So now from the chest line, I'm going up with 3 inches. I'll place a marking there, and I will go in with 0.5. I'm using 0.5. And after doing that, we are going to use our ruler to connect the armhole. So now that I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do is to come over to the bust point. I will divide the bust divided by 4, and I'll add my seam allowance of 1 inch. So after doing that, I'll come over to the waistline, the waist divided by 4. I will also add my seam allowance. And on the hem of our top, I'll be doing the same thing, which is the hip divided by 4. I will go ahead and add 1 inch for seam allowance. So after doing that, I'm going to go ahead and connect all the points from the hip line to the waistline, and from the waistline I will connect it to the bust point. So now that we are done with that, we are going to go ahead and cut this top for the front. We're going to be cutting the front just as you see me doing. So I'll go ahead and quickly cut it out for us to fold our fabric again to cut out the back. So I've folded my fabric, and I'm marking out the zipper allowance area. After marking it out, the next thing I will do, I'll place the front at the back. So now that I'm done with that, for the neck depth for the back, I'll be using 1 inch, and the neck width remains the same, which is 3 inches. At this point, I'm going to go ahead now and cut out what we have. So it's still the same measurement for the front and the back. I will also go ahead and open up the zipper allowance area. So now that we are done with that, I'm going to go ahead and fold my fabric into 2. So looking at that top, you'll see that we have belts at the front of our top, something like a belt. I will call it a belt sort of. So I'm going to go ahead and mark out what I'll be using for the belt. So what I have marked out is 5 inches. So when we fold it, we are going to have 2.5. So I'll measure from the shoulder to where I want the belt to stop. So I've gotten what I need. I will go ahead now and cut it out. So this is what I was trying to explain. So I'll fold it this way, and then we are going to stitch on it just like the way you sew your belt sort of. So I'll stitch on it this way, and I'll use 0.5 to sew it to the top. So I've stitched on it, and this is what we have. I have also gone ahead to give it a good press. So now I'm going to place it on the shoulder this way at the front, and I will get the back of my top and place at the front of the top. So I'll take it to the sewing machine, and I will stitch the shoulder point using 0.5. I am done sewing it, and this is what it's looking like. So now at this point, we're going to be taking the measurement of our top. So I'll place my top this way. I'll go ahead and mark out what we have for the bust point, the bust divided by 2, I'll place it there. On the waistline, I'll be doing the same thing. I'll mark out what I have. And on the hip point, I'll also be doing the same thing. I'll mark out what we have for the hip divided by 2. I'll place it there. And then I'm going to use my ruler to connect it. You can also use your ruler or use your freehand to connect whatever you have there. So I'll do that quickly, and when I'm done with it, I will take it to the sewing machine to sew it down. So I am done stitching it, and this is what it is looking like. Can you see it? Our top is taking shape already. So now we are going to be cutting the sleeve for our top. So now that I've folded my fabric in a bias form, what I will do now is to go ahead and cut out the sleeve. From the top of my fabric, I'm going to take 9 inches. So I'll go down with 9 inches. From that 9 inches point, that is where I will take the sleeve length of this top. So I'm going to mark 14 inches for the sleeve length, and from the top of my fabric I am going to note down what I have there. So I'm just trying to get a perfect curve for the sleeve. So that is why I'm taking it from the top. Can you see? So I'm going to mark what I have, the figure I have from the top of my fabric. After marking it out, I will go ahead and use my chalk to connect the points. So this is actually a white fabric or off-white fabric, so I do not want to use a colored chalk on it. I know it's difficult to actually see the markings. So now from the 9 inches point I started my sleeve from, I'm going to come down with 4.5 for the cap height. So after coming down with 4.5, I will use my freehand to connect the sleeve armhole. So I'm connecting it this way. Can you see it? So I know it's difficult to actually see it, but I know you can actually understand what I'm talking about. So now from that point, I will go up again with 5 inches. I'm going up with 5 inches, and then I will connect it back to the armhole. Can you see it? I went up again with 5 inches for us to be able to get our pleats at the shoulder point. So now I will go ahead and cut out what I have marked. Can you see it? I'm cutting it out now. So now that I've cut it out, I'll go ahead and trim off what will not be needing again. So that is the armhole. I'm trying to cut out the armhole. After cutting out the armhole, I'm going to use this to cut out the sleeve for the other arm. So now that we have this, I will notch the midpoint. So now I've cut out the second sleeve, and this is what we have for it. So what I will do next is that I'll go ahead and sew it down. I'm going to fold the hem actually of the sleeve after folding it, and then I will sew it down. So I'll do the same thing for the other side as well. And when I'm done with it, we are going to fix it on our sleeve. So I'll fix it and show you what it looks like. So I'm done fixing it, and this is what we have. Can you see it? Very simple and easy. So I've gone ahead to also fix the bishop collar that we have on this sleeve. I actually have a tutorial on how to fix a bishop collar. Can you see it? So please kindly check it out if you do not know how to fix a bishop collar. I have it on my channel. So now the next thing we are going to do at this point is to attach our zipper to the top. So I'm going to fix the zipper and fold the hem of this top, and when I'm done with it, I'll show you what this top is looking like. So guys, this is the final outcome of our top. Can you see it? Our casual top that we made, that you can rock with a skirt or with your pants trouser. So this is what our top is looking like. I love the final look of this top. So this is how you can also rock it by tying this belt that we have in front, or you leave it free. So whichever way works for you. So this is what we have for it. So please, if you find this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit on that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. Like and share my video. Make your comment till our next tutorial again.